Another thing that I've tried to do from time to time, although this is fraught with problems, is to have guest speakers come along. Now, I know this has actually been built up in quite a big way in the history departments in recent years with, there's a course on the Blair Premiership, and many people who have been involved in this have actually sort of been invited and turned up, and the students, oh, we saw Alistair Campbell in the classroom, and this sort of thing. Well, in fact, my colleague, who's on leave at the moment, and I, used to run a course called Select Topics in British Government, and one of the things we were looking at was political communication at that time. And she had actually worked in this field for a bit before going back to university to her doctorate. So she actually had contact. So she invited Philip Gould, who of course was Tony Blair's, they call him Tony Blair's pollster, but I mean he was really a sort of more prominent advisor than that. And it took 3 goes to get him to come. And then, of course, when he did come, and he timed it very well. He gave a nice presentation, and he put it, within a context of a football match, so to speak. So the students, wouldn't feel too intimidated. I mean, even that, despite that, it took them a long time to actually build up the courage to ask questions. So she and I and a couple of PhD students who we invited along were sort of holding the fort, but gradually they got into it. So, I mean, this is, however blasé students might appear today and however confident they might appear, they're still very much in awe of people they think are important for some reason or other. I actually invited the Mayor's advisor on race, Mayor of London's advisor on race, to come to give a talk to students, but I was less successful in that regard. And frankly, the most sort of guaranteed success we can have is if we invite fellow academics from other institutions. So I don't really know how far one can take this. I think the historians are incredibly lucky in being able to do what they do, but I mean the course is structured in a very different way. But we sort of ask students, sort of when we've had different people in, how do you actually feel about this, and they do appreciate it, but as I say, particularly with politicians and people in the public eye, they are somewhat reticent to sort of come forward at the beginning.